This is the Leo Climaco Podcast.
How old were you when you realized that you were smarter than most people?
It wasn't that I'm smarter than most people. I don't believe that I'm smarter than most people. I realized at a young age that you have to kind of dial within. So you kind of gotta listen to yourself. You know, the gut thing that everybody talks about.
Yep.
So I tell everyone's like, how many books do you read? I go, I've never read a book in my life. I go, why would I want to read that person's point of view? I go, I want to read his journey, how he got to where he got. But we're all different anyway. So even if I copied him, there's a 90% chance that I'm not going to get to the same spot as that person did. So I don't like to read books because it puts parameters on your thought process. You got to really dial into yourself and listen to yourself and dream big. You got to put those visions in your head, write them down, work them backwards, and don't be afraid. And even if you fail, that's nothing to be afraid of. Failure is a lesson in life. It's the college education that you didn't get.
Right.
And it's just preparing you for when you do succeed. You have to fail to know what it's like, too. If you don't fail, you don't know what a failure feels like.
Right. 100%. I think failure is the most necessary tool. I think it was Mark Cuban who said it. Build the business and fail fast. The faster you fail, the faster you'll learn, the faster you'll get up again and keep moving. So I agree with that 100%.
I agree.
Have you, in the beginning of your entrepreneurship, did you have a hard time dealing with failure? Or was it always understood within you that was just a lesson for you to learn and move on?
There was a period of a conversion from what my parents instilled in me, which was the broom in your hands and hard work.
Yes.
To understanding the potential to put people to work and the potential to grow in many places at the same time, to quantify in a 3D or 5D or that was the most difficult transition because your parents teach you hard work.
Yes.
With the broom in your hands.
Right.
With the broom in there's only one broom and there's only one you, so how are you going to grow?
Right.
You grow with a team. You know, it takes a team to grow the business. It's not just you. So like that transition was the most difficult and what kept my growth until I understood how to get out of that.
I always had a dream. I watched Ocean's 11 for the first time. I think it was 07, 06, something like that. And I go, Mom, I want to own a hotel. I want to go into hospitality. For the next 2 years, that's all I spoke about. I was gonna go to UNLV, and I was gonna apply for their hospitality program. But God wanted other things for me, and my life went a completely different way. But originally, that was my dream. What was your first hotel? What was that like? What within you made you want to start being a hotel owner? I think it's so interesting.
Yeah, so I was on the beach and my cousin's listening to some podcast by this guy named Grant Cardone.
Okay.
You know? And I don't know who Grant is.
Uncle Grant,
I don't read stuff. I don't listen to stuff. And he's just constantly going, you got to hear this. And I'm like, give it to me. And out of the whole podcast, all I heard is, grow out of your box and 10x your life. And I'm like, man, he is so right.
Yes.
Because all I was doing before I heard Grant talk, in fact, he wanted me to go on his show and tell this story. And all I heard before I heard that podcast was I was closing restaurant deals. So I was putting a limitation on who I can become. I knew how to run restaurants. So
Were you comfortable? Is that why?
I was comfortable, but
Yeah.
I also never thought I could go above that. So I listened to this podcast. I listened to Grant, 10X it, don't be afraid, go outside your box, blah, blah, blah.
He cracked your frame.
A month later, I closed a $10.5 million hotel deal
Wow.
and don't even know how I'm going to pay for it.
Wow.
I closed the
Incredible.
deal. I raised the money.
Was that your first time raising money?
That was my first time raising money. Before that, it was like what your parents taught you. You know, go borrow from the bank, use your own money.
Right.
You know, don't go above your head. Here I am jumping from, you know, owning, you know, $250,000, $300,000 restaurants to an $11 million deal.
Wow.
To the point where I have it locked up and I don't have a dollar to my name.
Wow. What did you do? I'm so curious.
I checked into the hotel
Okay.
on social media. And I get a call from a friend going, hey, man, my dad has got money up the wazoo. You know, he's burning a hole through his pocket. Can we invest in this? I'm like, well, listen, I don't normally do investors,
Wow.
but we'll take the deal. I took the deal, and I 10X'd the property within 5 years, sold it out. I mean, and once you do one of those deals,
It's addictive.
and multiples of millions of dollars just start floating your way, it changes everything.
Right.
I mean, Grant Cardone, to his credit, he helped 10X my life.
Wow.
In fact, he lives next door to me in Sunny Isles. I see him at the Starbucks all the time.
It's a great flex.
Yeah.
What a great flex right now. So hold on. What you just described is a great, great, great example of you having faith. Tell me, what is your relationship with God?
Phenomenal.
I can see that. I can see your level of faith, because for you to go out and to make a deal like that, not knowing how you're going to pay for it, and then someone coming and asking you, can I invest in your business? That's you and the universe meeting in the middle.
Yes.
You did your part, and the universe opened that door for you to allow you to continue.
You kind of got to let the universe know what you need.
Yes.
So now I'm just like this. I need more. I've tilted it like to an extreme level. You know? But to an extent, you have to have the faith, and I believe in God, and again, I have a direct connection with Him. You have to have a one-on-one with Him.
Yes, you do.
I don't need to go to church. I don't need to celebrate figures, any of that stuff. I have a direct connection with Him, and my journey is in His hands.
Amen. Every single day.
But they're still waiting for us to kind of give them a hint.
Yes.
What do you need?
Yes.
They don't know what we need. So I'm like constantly in the need, I'm always needing something.
God, I don't want to seem too needy, but I need.
I look at can this slot crack, please? And I cracked the slot for $30,000 at Hard Rock.
Really?
Yep.
Look at that. How much you put in?
It was like $100.
That's great.
Yeah.
What a great day.
No, I mean, so you got to have a high, you have to have a high connection with whoever your God is, Your spiritual connection has to be there. You have to understand your journey of life too.
Yes.
So I will not accept that part of my journey. That my journey of life is not here to trade labor for dollars.
Amen.
I will work 24 hours a day at my own business before I go work 24 hours a day at somebody else's business.